Hi guys, welcome to this week's episode of Don't Quote Me with René Christina. I'm here with my host and my three lovely guests. This is Alye, Sumayya, and Belle. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Hi, I'm Belle. I am from Brooklyn, New York. I currently reside in Los Angeles, California. I'm a Gemini, and I am a talent agent's assistant.
Fancy.
Yeah, you got some talent. And I'm that.
Hi, I'm Sumayya. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm 22, and
What's your sign?
I'm Aquarius, and I do customer service.
Perfect.
I'm Alessandra. I'm a Libra.
We're all air signs.
Yeah.
All of us up here are collective air signs.
Okay, go.
She's super excited.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm a beauty sales advisor.
Okay, so this week's episode is called...
And I'm chopped liver.
You guys know Giovanni. I didn't introduce myself. You don't have to cut this out. Make sure that makes it to YouTube. This week's episode is called Oh My God, You're So Pretty for a Dark-Skinned Girl. So in this week's episode, we're going to discuss colorism. Colorism is defined as prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group.
So in the United States, colorism roots from slavery. Slave owners had this thing where there were house slaves and field slaves. So colorism is derived from that. She's so nice. Colorism is derived from that.
She said house slaves, and I looked right at her.
Yes. So here,
Yo, what?
the house slaves would be Belle.
And Alye, because they're yellow.
And then
Then we would
field
be
slaves.
picking cotton. Okay.
Singing
Pretty much. So it basically comes from slave owners inbreeding with the slaves, and that's how you guys ended up extra yellow. Okay.
That's how we ended up here. We couldn't be here without it.
And realistically, colorism is within one race or ethnic group, so it's not a white man calling me negra. It's your Dominican grandma calling you negra because you're the darkest one in the house. That's what it is. Colorism, wait, God, one more. Colorism is when you were like 14 and you were in the park and you were like, I don't want to say this time because I'm going to get too dark. That's colorism. What white man calls somebody negra?
You negra. We don't hire negras here.
Okay. So before we discuss it in the world, let's discuss it in our own lives. Do you guys find that okay? So Alye, give us a little bit of a background on your family, and is everyone light, or are you the only light one?
I'm like the only lightest one. Like pale, white kind of.
Do they often tell you that you're pale and white?
My mom does all the time.
What color is your mom? Your color?
She's like your color.
Is she?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was shocked.
So, ethnicity.
She's Trinidadian.
And your dad?
He's Italian.
Okay.
Oh, is she? Belle's Italian and Jamaican.
So,
Okay.
if your dad's side, you're normal, but at your mom's side, you're light.
Wow, I don't really know. Ain't that fine?
It's whatever.
So yeah. But I feel like when I go back home to Trinidad, it's normal. Like I feel like they what is it? They praise
Lighters.
Yeah, so it's like
What's the Trinidadian lady who makes the music and she's super light and pretty?
Shansia. Oh, she's Jamaican though.
Oh my God, is she Jamaican?
Yeah, she's both. Okay, she's both.
Oh, I
That's
thought
how
she
she
was
sounds.
Trinidadian. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. So you don't feel like you've ever had to face colorism? Do people often tell you that you're pretty for a light-skinned girl, or do they just tell you that you're pretty? You've never heard like, oh my God, you're so pretty for a light-skinned girl. Okay, now Sumayya, where's your family from?
Wait, sorry. My family's my dad is Jamaican and my mother is African American.
Okay, do you find that you face colorism often in life?
I used to growing up with my brothers. I'm the darkest one, so growing up was really hard. Usually your brothers pick on you. It's like 10 times worse just because I was the darkest child.
Like, you black ass bitch.
Yeah. And it took me so long to like really believe that I was cute, and like it took me up until like my teenager years. So yeah.
Ooh, you did it. Yeah.
Okay, Belle.
Teenage.
Hi. So my mom is Jamaican. She was born and raised in Jamaica, and she came to the U.S. when she was 16. My dad is of Italian lineage, but I'm actually Sicilian.
Sicilian, same.
Yeah.
Aren't Sicilians the black Italians?
So yes, in Italy, Sicilians are yes, would be considered the black Italians. They're southern, so almost similar to like being in the U.S. You know how like you go to the South and they have like a southern drawl and like people tease them for that? Right. In Italy, when you get to the South, which is like Naples, and then you get to Sicily, a lot of northern Italians often make fun of the Southerners because they have a different twang to like their language. So Sicilians are often, they're on a different island. So like a lot of people don't, I wouldn't say don't associate, but it's like different to be Sicilian and then to be Italian at the same time.
Because often I find that if someone is Italian, they'll tell you they're Italian, but if someone is Sicilian, they'll always say like, oh, I'm Sicilian.
I never say like I'm Sicilian.
I never say I'm Sicilian either. Yeah, I just say Italian. And I feel like Sicilians.
It's taboo.
Yeah.
Very
So
true.
if being Italian is like regular, but Sicilian is like.
But that's in Italy specifically, though. In America, people are like, oh, you Sicilian, oh, you Italian.
Right.
But
you never know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sicilian.
I was
Yeah.
literally about to say that.
So I feel like
If
Belle
she said
is
she
a.
was Sicilian, I would think of pizza automatically.
But if you think of pizza, do you not think of Italian?
Right? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I got some good.
I
pizza
picked
from
Belle
Mexico.
because I find that Belle is a special case because Belle's mom is dark like I'm dark.
But darker than you.
So
Yeah.
yes, definitely darker than me. So I just wanted you just to give us some insight. How do you find that like your dad's side of the family's interactions is with your mother, or even with you? Do you feel like maybe you're treated differently because like you're black?
Like the black sheep,
Right.
literally.
I think that
And not by like your cousins. It would have to be by like older family members.
by the older generation.
Right.
Yeah, so my elders are like white. Yeah, but then everybody has gone and like had kids with black people. So
Okay.
we're all like the same color in my generation, or we're lighter. We're either lighter or we're this complexion. But I think the interaction between my mom and my dad's family, I don't think they have not all the time they don't have a harmonious relationship. But I would attribute that more to like characteristics
Not
more
to
than
colorism?
than
Okay.
to colorism. However, colorism plays like a big role in that because when I've heard stories from my mom about like how I was born. I was very dark when I was born.
I cannot, having known, so for those of who don't know, Belle and I have known each other for about
Forever.
17 years.
Forever in
I
life.
cannot imagine you being fucking dark.
I got like lighter. I don't know how to explain it. That's the thing. Yeah.
Really?
I got lighter as I got older.
I feel like I've gotten lighter
Like
over life,
either-
and I'm not trying to.
Either dark babies
Get lighter.
or
Yeah.
like super fat babies are like skinny.
Yeah, that's like a thing. But like when I was
I was premature.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, welcome here.
Yeah. It's whatever. I think my brother stole all the food, but whatever. If you're watching this, I think you stole all the food.
wait, do you have a twin brother?
Yeah. She's a
That's so
fucking
cool.
twin.
Oh my god. I love meeting twins.
Me too. They're not like twins at all.
At all.
And I don't think he likes her, but that's for another conversation.
Tyler.
Okay, so Gio, what would you say your interaction with colorism is?
Okay, so this is gonna be like totally far-fetched, but I feel like you don't notice certain things until you're either in the position or you put it in perspective. So when I was 17, I worked at McDonald's. And, like the McDonald's I worked at was like super Hispanic, so everyone's either Panamanian, Puerto Rican, or Dominican, and then there's me or whatever, you know. But there's a couple of me's. So I'm not the only me. But besides that, at the register, they put the lighter Spanish people there because they are more appealing, like super light, super long hair gets the register. But the
And then to
Panamanian
have you on
girls-
fries?
the Panamanian girl, I was never on fries. Never on fries. Panamanian girls are like in the drive-thru, on the food, maybe on the fries. I wasn't going to fry because I'm just not fry girl. But like I said, they put the super pretty, super aesthetically pleasing girls in the front, and then they put. I have friends that are Panamanian who you wouldn't even know is Spanish until someone disrespects them in Spanish, and then they go off. But they're on the drive-thru in the windows because you can literally open the window and close the window.
Right.
But the people who are in the front are just what's bringing the people in. So that
like I'm gonna walk past McDonald's like, oh my god, that Spanish girl is so cute. Let me get some fries.
Yes.
That'll
And
make no
that
sense.
was the idea. Like, if you want to make money, you have to put what's aesthetically pleasing. And now 4C hair and dark skin is the shit. But 2014, 2013, we want light-skinned girls, long hair. That's what we want. So that's one of my first interactions with colorism that I could really remember coming from someone else versus myself.
So for those who don't know, I have an older sister who is about Belle's complexion. She has a gigantic afro. It's not 4C. I don't know. I don't have no hair, so I don't know hair textures. But she has really pretty hair, really pretty skin. And growing up, I don't think that it is more something that was just like instilled in me, but I don't know how many of you have like older siblings, but like I praised the ground that Manesia walked on. So like my ideals of what pretty was her. You feel me? Like she's what is pretty, and we don't look anything alike. Like we don't even have the same facial features. Even like if you dipped her in dark paint, she still wouldn't be me. So I remember for a while being like super obsessed with what she looked like. And then that just like, it just pretty much just followed me. I remember being in school, and I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to give him any clout, but I remember in elementary school, this boy called me a gorilla. Do you know who I'm talking about? Because Belle was dead ass there when he called me a gorilla. He called me a gorilla, and I was heartbroken. I remember being like really, really, really upset. But now, so I come from a family where like my sister is the only light one, and dark people are praised. Everyone in my family is dark. Like my dad is very dark, very handsome, and I was raised by people who
he is.
I was literally
people who like
I love him.
People who like promote dark skin, and it was like no matter how much because everyone knows like your grandmother telling you like, oh my god baby, you so pretty means absolutely diddly squat, grandma.
You get to say, like my grandmother was like, you're so beautiful, I love your skin. And I'm just like, I'm breaking out. My jeans don't fit anymore. So what are you talking about?
But no, my grandmother will always tell me like, and so I feel like the colorism in my house is like a little bit like backwards, like growing up. It could just be in efforts. Are you guys gonna go smoke without us? And yes, I'm saying this on the podcast. It was, I feel like in my house it was like a little bit more like reverse colorism, and I think that might have been in my grandmother's efforts to like help me love me. So like my grandmother would say this thing, and she used to be like, the boy who called me a gorilla, when I came home and I was crying, she was like, girl, he is the color of raw chicken, right? But then I was just like, going through life, that was the only light-skinned joke I had. Right. So it's just like, I get to be a gorilla, an African booty scratcher, and I'm just like, you look like uncooked chicken. Like, girl, it's tired.
Yeah,
nobody wants to hear it.
No more.
But it really took a while. But you know what it was? I feel like although I wasn't super happy about being dark, I definitely always thought I was pretty. Right. So, but I just thought that I was pretty for a dark-skinned girl.
Yes.
And then as time had like grown, I was just like, I keep running into these very ugly light-skinned girls, and it's just like, so it's not that you're pretty because you're light-skinned, you're just pretty and you happen to be light-skinned, just like I'm pretty and I just happen to be dark-skinned. And then I was a lot darker growing up. I don't know, as life is going on, like I'm probably like the second shade in the darker tones. But like growing up in my head, when the boy was calling me a gorilla, I was like, I am like Lupita's color. My hair is like Teflon. Like I was just very, very unhappy with what I looked like. And then one day I just woke up and I was just like, oh no, I'm actually really pretty and all of you can fuck off. And I think it just went like that. But
it was so beautiful actually watching your transformation though, because we've been friends forever. So when I finally started to see like, wow, my friend like actually believes she is beautiful.
Yeah,
I
it
was
took a
just
minute.
so
It took a
happy.
minute. And I had to go through puberty. That's really what it was. I wasn't ugly. I was just like really not, like puberty just didn't hit the way that it was supposed to hit. And then when it hit, it only came with acne, which just made me darker.
Right.
And then it was just like, I want to wear my hair. That was another thing. I feel like it takes a while before you're able to like, okay, I love what I look like. You have to really love what you look like. Like outside of the weave, outside of the lashes, outside of the thing, like you have to be able to wake up in the morning and just like, I look really nice today. And outside of a breakup, I mean, I usually feel that way, but like a breakout, I'm just like, you don't got no hair, you don't got no lashes, you don't got no eyebrows, and your face looks like shit.
And then on top of puberty, so when puberty happens, you literally have to, it's, okay, puberty is one thing, but then you're also switching from my mom dresses me.
Yes.
I dress myself. My mom doesn't let me wear makeup. Okay, and now I do my eyebrows. So it's like a big transition.
It was bad. Like the more you're talking about it, the more I can see the three of us.
The eyebrows.
She's gonna tell you could tell save your story for when it's your turn.
My eyebrows were like super dark when I started. Not even
I love
dark,
you
they
so
were
much.
super like bold, italic, size 17. And they're only even sizes, so I don't even know where I got 17 from. But besides that, on top of that, we have to look at the media.
Right.
So it's like when you think about your favorite music,
yay transition! Look at
your favorite music videos. Who's in the video? Like I don't know. I probably was like 12. I was obsessed with Chris Brown.
Yeah, we
and then
You were obsessed with Chris Brown.
Disclaimer: if you're a huge Chris Brown's fan, we mean no harm, but he's a fucking crackhead now, and we're gonna go in on him.
Renee had pictures of Chris Brown in her locker. Renee's notebook was Chris Brown in her locker.
Obsessed with him, and it was just like it all happened at the same time. Like I feel like I realized that I was pretty, and then I realized that he didn't think I was pretty, and I was like, "Fuck you! Your mother was a crackhead. You's a crackhead. It's just giving crack." I was so mad.
Yes, and then on top of that, when you watch, excuse me, miss, they got Erica Mena. So it's like there's not a.
And then at the time of the video, it's like Chris Brown's age is just like. How did you decide that Erica was going to be in your video? Because they are not remotely in the same age. Like, why did you not? And then, so Gio and I did some research, and we basically just like came up with some videos. So if you're watching this at home, when we speak about the videos, pause it, go look, and see that we're not lying. They don't give a fuck about girls who look like us.
Right.
You can go first.
Before we get into music videos, think about TV shows. Do y'all remember in My Wife and Kids? When Claire went from me to you,
and they thought that no one was gonna fucking realize it.
Oh my God! What about Fresh Prince of Bel Air? Oh my God!
Nasty.
Why did they think that was so seamless? Like Jesus, that is not the same person.
Exactly. And then
are you kidding me? Who is this lady? Like it happened. And it was literally like over one episode. It was like she was one person, and then the next day,
And you know what's so funny about the on Big thing? They did like a reunion recently this year. She was talking about how
they blackballed her.
Yeah, and she was like, "That's difficult as a black woman."
I'm sorry, who blackballed her?
Will blackballed.
He said she was difficult to work with.
Right.
And that's
Was she difficult? We're gonna save the difficult black woman.
We're gonna
for
save the
another
difficult.
episode.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, that's gonna take
That
more than an
deserves
hour.
several.
That's gonna
Yeah.
be like a episode where it's like 2 hours. You know, you stop, you smoke, you listen, because it's gonna be long.
Right.
But
so they switched
My
on
fucking eyes,
Viv,
actually.
and they thought none of us would notice. And then when it came out that like he blackballed her, she was an angry black woman, we realized that dark-skinned Aunt Viv had way more charisma, way more personality.
it's like, how did you take Aunt Viv before she was like a very, very important character? Like she was someone who like you could be watching it for her, and then afterwards just like, oh, she's just there. She's in the background.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't even Carlton at some point. It's just like, girl, you literally are not even top 5.
Light-skinned Aunt Viv could
Never.
do that dance.
Never in her life.
This thing, she would never do that. So
I remember that
That is
episode.
such a good episode.
That was the best.
Wait.
I want to talk about Amara La Negra. If I said her name wrong, screw you.
Amara La Negra.
I just feel like, so she's a special case because she's Dominican, right?
Yeah.
So for those of who, I guess if you like live under a rock and you don't know any Dominican people will
Yeah.
always tell you, like, and I just feel like she is like a prime example of that because when she came out, I was just like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with her. Yes, Black Power. She's so pretty. She's so cute.
Afro.
And then I found out that she brought the fucking afro from the beauty supply store, and I'm just like, did someone tell you that in order to be a pretty black skinned woman, you had to have a gigantic afro on the top of your head?
Yeah.
And it just made me feel so bad because I've seen now that we all know and she know that we know, she stopped wearing it, and it's just like she's so pretty still, and it's just like, you know, if you want to wear a wig, I'm all for you wanting to wear your fake hair, but don't think that you have to tell me that is your real hair.
Yeah.
For you to be attractive.
Yeah.
Because she could shave her head bald
And she'll be
and still be pretty.
So, on top of that, before we get to like music, think about Martin, Pam, and Gina.
Who's the pretty? We don't even have to.
Right.
But on top of that, they made Pam the angry black woman.
And I don't know if it like went over. Like, I feel like when you're younger, things seem a little bit
That's
more
why I said
seamless
sometimes you gotta put it in perspective.
and like a little bit less important. But like as time went on, the relationship that they made her and Martin have was very disrespectful, and your boyfriend could never talk to me the way that.
He literally answered her phone like, "Hello, Animal Kingdom."
Yeah.
Like no, I just feel like you know it's not the I'm not gonna say it's not the responsibility. As a black man, it is your responsibility to promote love towards the women that are gonna mother your children, that have mothered you, that have mothered your siblings,
that have mothered you.
Right.
Like I be talking about women.
Like don't
Claiming it's your preference, and I've seen your mother.
Yeah, like seriously, don't tell me like, oh my god, you're so cute for a dark skin girl, and then I click your page, and then in May you post your mom,
Your mother.
and it's like,
looking how she's looking. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
One more time, say, look how she's looking.
I feel like though, like it's even more subtle than like I feel like now in these times you never hear "you're so pretty." This is a caveat that I was thinking about. You never hear "you're so pretty" for a dark skinned girl. You hear like very subtle things. It's like you're very pretty. You know what I mean? It's like it's
questionable.
It's always very
questionable.
it's always very like a backhanded compliment.
no, they're
It's not-
always
I'm not gonna
backhanded
add the for a
compliments.
dark skinned girl because I know you know that I know that's not
That-
the way
right.
I'm supposed to speak to you. But you're very pretty.
and it
You know
always,
what I mean?
It always has a very condescending tone.
It's very disingenuous.
Yeah, and it always, like you said, it's always very backhanded. Like, especially when, so I used to work at Sephora, before we get into music, I used to work at Sephora, and like at Giovanni's job, I'm not gonna say which location it was because I don't want Sephora to sue me. But like, okay, so my manager was Russian or some Ivanka Trump type place, right? And all of the people that worked in the store, but she came in later. When I came into the store, the manager was Hispanic, all of the workers were Hispanic, and then there was me. Like there literally was like, there weren't even like dark Dominicans, like everyone was like light bright, damn near white. And then it came to the point where like I would see them, you'll get this, I would see them like do makeup on girls my color, and I was just like,
Stop.
why did you make her lighter? Yeah. Why did you make her lighter? And it's like, no, I didn't make her lighter. I just highlighted her face so bright. Yeah, that it
Same thing.
it muted out how dark she is. But I found in the store like it wouldn't be like, it seems like everything I did, they were just like so shocked. Like I was raised in a fucking jungle. Like, oh my God, you did your makeup today? Like, you guys hired me because I'm the only one here with a license.
Yo.
And then just like the way that they would treat, like I would see them matching black women, and I would just be like, I don't know who to blame. Like, are we gonna blame society or am I gonna blame you as a makeup artist? Because I can match, and I literally can take a palette of 2 colors and I can make everyone's foundation out of it. I went to school and all of my classmates were white, so like I know how to work on white skin. And I find that because I'm dark, people who look like me, their faces are gonna be 10 times easier for me. Like I can match dark skin with no problem. If you are a light makeup artist, you need to put in some effort so that you don't make me look ashy. Like I don't want to look ashy. And how are you going to say that you are a makeup artist? You're not a makeup artist. You do your light skinned friends' makeup. Just say
and it
that.
shows when they like don't do our makeup to perfection the way that they do their
Or
peers.
when you go to Sephora and they match you, then you get home and you're ashy or you're orange.
Here's a Sephora spoiler alert. Our mirrors are, they're 3 shades of light, and they're not lights that show up naturally anywhere in the world. So what color your foundation is in Sephora, there's no way for it to look like that in real life because the sun does not shine. You can't buy a light bulb.
Oh, wow.
These are specific lights.
Why though? Why is
Because
that?
I want you to buy this foundation and get out of here fast.
Interesting. Oh my God, are they gonna say something to you now that you said it on the podcast?
I don't give a fuck. I don't work at Sephora. I don't shop at Sephora. I don't even got a Sephora account no more. Fuck them.
That's Sephora.
No, what was I saying? Back to like the makeup thing. I feel like now I wanted to start to do makeup, stuff like that, whatever. And I'm
Stuff like that, whatever.
How can it? What? It's okay. It's okay. Let it out.
Feel free to giggle.
okay. Let me try to get my train of thought right.
All right.
So-
While she gets her train of
Let's get to music.
right. Okay. Let me start.
Go ahead.
Whew. Okay. So for first off, Kodak Black. We're gonna start with you, baby. For those who don't know, please, you got a Kodak?
It's the.
Yeah.
No, I have another one actually.
Okay.
Go ahead.
For those who don't know what Kodak Black looks like, please pause him and Google it right now. This
Google his mugshot. Google his mugshot.
and then Google his mother when she was trying to get him out of jail before I say this fucking sentence, because Kodak got a lot of fucking nerve. What's the quote?
I don't want no black bitch. I'm already black.
Whoa. Whoa, Kodak. The thing is, speaking for all of the black bitches in the world, Kodak, I would not fuck Kodak with someone else's pussy. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I hate when someone who has no rights to have a preference to be picky.
Right.
Niggas be so choosy. So choosy. And you really, and the thing is, I'm all for preference because for those who know me personally, I don't date light-skinned boys. Like, I like boys who look like my daddy. But that's my reason. Not that I think light-skinned boys are ugly. I like men who look like my father.
That's
You
also
can
psychological.
say- It is.
Right. And then
It's a
also-
psychological
You
thing.
can say that your preference is not dark-skinned women. First, if we're not dating, I don't need to know your preference.
Right. Nobody. Disclaimer. Nobody needs to know your preference.
No.
That's in your head.
Right, like that is just how you sort out
What you want.
what you want. Like you don't have to say like, oh, I only like light-skinned girls. When you could just find the light-skinned girl that you like and then just like her. You
Wait,
know?
wait, I have a question here.
Go ahead.
I have a question. Okay, so what about when you're dealing with, all right, what about the white guys you know that don't date
I don't know any white guys.
black women?
That is none of my thing is keep your preference to yourself.
Right, because the thing is,
Yeah.
we could be friends for years and you'd be like, oh, I don't date black girls. And I'm like, I didn't know that.
I didn't need to know that
I didn't need to know that because I'm a black girl.
Why did you tell me that?
Nobody goes into the supermarket and say,
I don't eat eggs.
just get your bread. Take
No, seriously, like you don't. I just think that it speaks a lot to your character because I'm big on like I never have to downplay you to feel great about myself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in efforts to like, I don't have to tell all of the boys in the world like I don't like all of you because of this, and I only like him because he looks like this. Because the bottom line is I like him. That's
Yeah.
it. I don't even have to say I don't like you guys. And I just think that it's so shady to be like I don't like black girls or I don't like it's just like
And
it's
you know-
so unnecessary.
And you know what? Fuck shady. If you say I don't like thick girls, I only like skinny girls, the skinny girl you pick is gonna feel like she's a fetish.
Yeah.
She's gonna feel like you simply only like her because she is slim.
Okay.
Yeah.
So keep it to. I just feel like preferences. You keep it to yourself. You do not display your preferences on social media. You don't tell your friends. It's literally something internal. So
Like I just think it's so funny how you guys are like so showboaty about like, oh, I don't date this and I don't do that. Like, but what's your credit score? Like, why are you not showboaty about all of your dating qualities? Tell me the stuff I really want to know.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living? And is your mom schizophrenic? Because that's important to me.
it's okay because I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through your medicine cabinet.
Don't tell me. I'm out. I already googled your
Pretty
house.
much.
I already googled your phone number, so I know who lived there, who's your associates, how long you lived there, where you lived before that. I already know.
Perfect.
Do you know though that preferences are only like in response to like what Eurocentric ideals of beauty are?
That's what
you
this episode is
you
about.
literally sit there and you
She's so smart. I
Thank
picked you
you.
so well.
But you literally sit there and you say, I only like, and even for black women though, it's very interesting. It's like I can sit here and I can say I only like darker men, but I'm speaking in response to people liking lighter men because lighter men is attributed to Eurocentric ideals of beauty. So anything that we say is like, if we talk about our preferences, is only in response to what we've been groomed to believe is beautiful in
And
the
this
first place.
episode is to ungroom us. Like, I want you guys to leave the episode and just be like, okay, like, even if I like light-skinned girls, I don't have to tell anyone I like light-skinned
Also,
girls.
think about why you have to say that you like light
Why
skin
can't
girls.
I just say I like Belle? Like,
Why?
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Perfect timing for the next.
Wait, before you move on, I want to go back to something that Belle said about like dating white men. So like, I don't date white men, but for like anyone out there who has like looked for a sugar daddy or like have been interested in that, I think that my issue when it comes to dating white men is that I literally feel like a fetish. Like, I feel like you want to take me places, so you could be like,
Literally.
I feel like she don't got no hair. She's black. She got Africa tattooed on her shoulder.
The perfect timing for the next list.
Did you get it? You got it?
No. But now that you say that,
It's, yeah,
back to like my dad though. That man called me on the phone and he's like, "Oh yeah, I just thought you would have been, darker."
Oh.
Fetish. Definitely.
Because your mom is darker.
Yeah,
Right.
she's like, "Your skin complexion."
Right, your mom is darker and her mom is darker. So it's like, you can tell that your dad's type is darker women. and he's just
Italian men's type is darker
dark
women.
women.
It is a very well known fact. Whether or
Is
not
it?
people
I
in
don't know
Italy,
Italian
whether or not
men.
people in Italy want to admit it, Italian
But
men
now that
like
I'm thinking,
darker
now that
women.
since you said that, like everybody in your generation is like, what's the name?
We all have color.
I have been going in my head and like going through all of your cousins and their parents, and they literally are all combined just like you are.
Yeah.
A really dark parent and then an
it's
Italian
like
parent.
a thing, but that's also because in Sicily, like, okay, so remember when we were talking about like Italy being the black people of Italy? Sicily just has like people in Sicily that were Italian, purebred, whatever, just mated with Arabics. So it wasn't actually, I guess it could go back to Africa, but they mated with Arabic people. So Sicilians are likely to be Arabic and Italian.
I love that you came up here with your notes and you really here, and I'm really.
It's my mind.
She came with the chest out.
She
It's my
did.
mind.
We're gonna move back onto music. So Gio had came up with a couple of quotes from songs.
Chris Brown said, "I only fuck black girls with nice hair." My first issue with that.
What's nice hair?
What the fuck is nice hair?
Tell me, because Gio's puff looks amazing. What?
And this is
What
I
curl
put
is
nothing
this?
in this.
I was on FaceTime with her. It was just water, and she shook it. Show him the shake. There you go. That's all she did.
That's what I did. So if this is not nice hair, I don't know what you're talking about. This nice hair, this nice hair, that's not even her hair, but that's nice hair.
This nice hair.
That's nice hair. So who was he to say,
nice
I
hair?
only like black girls with nice hair?
Have you guys? Before we move on, have you guys seen? Let's go. Close your eyes and go through the last decade of Chris Brown's hair. Who the fuck is he? Do you guys remember when he was blonde?
Yeah.
That blonde looked so
The
bad.
nerve. The nerve.
The nerve. Seriously, you have to check yourself before you wreck yourself every time.
PSA,
Yeah.
if you wear wigs, weave, which I do, and if you wear your natural hair, if you wear braids, fuck what niggas think. I wear what I want to wear because
Every
me.
time.
I never go get my hair done by @styles.5_Pete. I never go get my hair done and say, what the hell a nigga gonna like? No.
Never in my whole life.
Every time I ever said, I think he might like a water wig. So make sure every time you get your hair done, nails done, get a new body change, your clothes, it's for you.
Yeah.
Because men are never satisfied. And then when I get to your house and I meet your mom, I see her tracks. Her wig is on the back of her
First
head.
off,
Her hair is
you know,
never done.
I don't want to talk about nobody's mama,
I
but
do.
your
This
mother,
transformation.
your mother hair don't never be done, and you be having the fucking audacity.
Exactly.
But some of these black men don't really love
Their moms.
Yeah, that be.
But,
that's
I
what
mean, they
be
And then on
don't.
top of
And a
that,
lot of
they've
them-
never seen anyone
Anyone
love
love
their
the-
They
moms.
despise their moms.
But a lot
They
of
see
their
their
moms,
mom work so hard.
A lot of their moms don't love them. I find that's another conversation. But I think that the family
Yeah.
dynamic of the dynamic of the black
Yeah.
family is just like, we are going terrible. So one of the people that I want to discuss is Kendrick Lamar, because I want to bash him and praise him in the same time, because you have to allow people to grow and change their opinions. So, in Art of Peer Pressure, I don't know what year that came out in, Google it yourself. He said, we speeding on the 405 passing Westchester, the light-skinned girls and all the little dresses, good Lord. Then he went on and he just like had like a epiphany,
Yeah.
and he was just like, we can't treat the people like this, and damn, I'm drunk, I do this every episode. The industry doesn't support dark-skinned women, and we have to put them in the videos and we have to support them, and it's just like, I'm happy that you've made the growth, but like, he hasn't come out and negated what he said previously. He just wants us to accept everything that he's doing right now and be like, okay, well, fuck what he did wrong. But I'm here to pull up your old tweets and everything wrong that you said. Speaking of old tweets, disclaimer, city girl for life.
City girl.
City girl for life.
I talk shit. I like motherfucking bag, bitch. But
JT.
Sister.
JT.
Sister.
Come on.
Sister.
Come on.
Pull it up.
Whew. JT, for those who don't know. So, speaking of JT, I went on my Instagram and I did a poll. Before I tell you guys what I came up from the poll, who's your prettier city girl?
I said JT.
JT.
To be honest, I don't really follow that kind of thing. I think a lot of people say JT. I don't even really know her.
You can't even pull up her picture, her head in your...
I don't really know her, but I feel like the people say she's pretty.
Okay, so,
They say Korea.
who's your favorite? Who's the prettiest? Who's the prettiest?
I'm gonna say JT. No, I'm gonna say JT with money.
Yeah, okay,
Because
so...
Carisha with money was way prettier. But JT, no,
Carisha
Carisha broke.
Carisha broke was prettier. But now that they have money,
right.
JT, look, but not even just money, because JT, before the feds, she didn't have it. I don't know what she was drinking, and it's like, she was just like, you know what, only water and pussy, I don't know. Yeah. And she came
The only
out,
thing available.
pussy, ramen, and yes. Okay, so I asked my Instagram who's the prettiest, and Young Miami got 47 votes, and JT only got 29. So now, no one answered my second poll because you guys hate me. But my second poll was, why? What, if you picked Miami, what makes her prettier? And nobody answered the poll because they knew I was going to screenshot them. But people would tell me Miami's prettier, and they would just be just because she's prettier. And I want you guys to acknowledge that in order for someone to be pretty, I never look at someone, I'm just you're just pretty, but I can't figure out what I like about your face. But that is because I'm a makeup artist. So I can look at your bone structure, and I know why I think you're pretty. You guys think Young Miami is pretty because she's the lighter one, and she has more European features. She has a thinner nose. She has smaller lips. JT has big. I'm obsessed with her lips. Her lips and her eyes go crazy. They go crazy. She's so pretty.
It's more conditioned to black girl features.
Yes.
We realize now because people like Kylie Jenner, they go get black girl features. They want bigger lips.
But I find that they still so you love those gigantic lips. Kylie had everyone puckering their lips, and it was so amazing on her. And then they made all of those Instagram filters. And
yeah,
so
I was just gonna say.
And then they still oh my God, your lips are so big. And it's just
what do you want?
I thought this is what we were into. And it's no, we are into black girl features, but only on white women.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No nose.
Yeah, no, you definitely can't.
Definitely not.
But
Definitely not.
as the four of us sit here with our noses snatched, we don't really get to say much about it. But under this, on the regular day, we don't look like this, and I love my nose. And I only snatch my nose because I don't know if you guys do your makeup, but when I do my makeup and I don't contour my nose, I'm something about my face is off. It just doesn't look done.
So nobody, JT in 2018. I love pretty dark skinned girls. Not too crispy. What the fuck?
Now.
January 28, 2018.
Oh my God, that was right before she went to jail. That girl was let me get this.
So part of me is maybe she was ignorant back then, but
it's not the ignorant. It really what it really is just for me. I just feel that is just years of someone beating down what you look like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That now you're repelling it, and it's just life has told me so much that only the pretty dark skinned girls are pretty dark skinned girls.
Yeah.
So if you don't look like them, if you don't, I don't know her name because I can't keep up with models, but she's super, super dark. She has a very square shaped head, very thin nose. You actually kind of, you know who I'm talking about. You actually kind of look like her. Is that her name?
You talking about Ducky?
No, you talking about she's African?
Yes.
And she plays in a lot of the movies.
No, she's not in any movie. She only models. I think her name might be Ducky.
Ducky?
I think her name might be Ducky. She's super
Isn't
dark.
she light skinned?
She's super dark, but she does not have African features at all to me. She has a very narrow nose, very little lips. She does not. And I watch the white men in her fucking comments go crazy. Go
and then
Bucky.
Look, listen to this. Stop. Go watch the Warner video by Nicki Minaj, and then go watch Right Through Me. I don't know who in the industry told her that she needs to be a white woman, but she's reverted back to her old self. But if you watch Warning,
You know, for a while,
you watch right through me. It's like, who's this white woman?
when Nikki had the half hair, her fucking nose was so thin that you could pinch it off her face. It was so
Her
thin.
skin was so light
No,
that
for real.
she
It was
had-
so.
right. So
But I feel like everybody has like in the industry, everybody has gone through that stage, and it really just is like JT's tweet is like proof because as we said, JT only recently got cute. So like maybe not in 2018, but in 2017 was JT not the crunchy black girl that she's talking about? But it's just like the world has just made you hate yourself so much that now you're just like, oh well, everybody who looks like what I used to look like is a piece of shit. And the thing is, JT wasn't ugly because she was dark skinned. She was just ugly. And I just want you guys to say that.
Bro, nobody's really ugly. We
You're
just
not. That is literally okay. So now we have to do it next week because that's one of our episodes. You're not ugly. You're just broke.
Right. So on top of that,
Because you're not ugly. You really are just broke. Have you seen the Jenners?
Yeah.
they were ugly. But they
And now
were
Kendall kept that billboard in the city. She was the longest person to have a billboard in New York. She had that exact same billboard. She was on it for like 6 years straight. So you're really not ugly. You're just broke.
So someone's gonna hate me for this. A lot of people's gonna hate me for this. But I've been feeling to say this the entire time.
Please say Fab first before you.
No, I'm not. We're gonna skip over Fab because I gotta say this.
Go ahead.
Fuck Queen Naja.
She do not
Fuck
like
Queen
her.
Naja.
I don't know anything.
She's so racist.
Is she really?
So racist.
Is she black or is she not black? Is she black? Okay.
And then recently I found out
Are her siblings?
fuck mulatto. Because mulatto tells her best friend who does her hair.
No.
Right. That her best friend, her dark skinned best friend that does her hair. I think your vagina is what is it? First of all, she told her she looked like a orangutan.
Ooh.
Second, she said
Wait,
your vagina's
stop.
burnt.
Does she look like an orangutan?
No!
Okay.
She does not look like an orangutan. But Queen Naja, I did not forget your video about when I was in school, only black ugly girls walked. What the fuck?
Oh,
Were they
wow.
black and ugly, or were they just black?
Or were they just ugly?
Like, I just
Okay.
want you guys to differ. Like, I feel like if you're gonna tell someone that they're ugly, I'd never be like, you're a really ugly Asian person. Like, I just be like, you're fucking ugly.
If you're ugly, you're ugly. Why does it matter? What's your race?
And I just think it's
What's
so
your
crazy
race? None
that
of that
people.
shit matters.
But okay, so it may come across a little bit racist, but this is called Don't Quote Me, so you can't go back to my job and say that I said any of this. I very rarely find people outside of my ethnic group attractive.
I like
Okay.
house niggas and pyramids. That's it. If you're not a minority, I'm sorry. I might think you're cute. Like, I think Kylie Jenner is cute, but I would never date her.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm on TikTok, and you know the white boys where they be having. There's like this challenge on TikTok where they take their parents' Donald Trump posters and they paint it black, and then they put Black Lives Matter on it. They be doing it. I'm like, look at Henry. Henry's cute, but Henry can't come to things. Henry don't come to Franklin.
Yeah.
Henry cannot come to East New York and meet my mother.
My grandmother is not letting Henry. First off, we got the right to bear arms. Henry walk on my property, he grabs the fucking rock.
I'm afraid, and I have to protect myself. So, no Henrys for me, no Bryans for me, but that's cool. Because my preference is just minorities, that has nothing to do. I'm not going to
That's my dating preference, not what I find attractive.
I'm not going to get out here.
Sometimes I see white guys and I'm like, he's cute.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
Especially when they have like tattoos and they have that shark haircut.
I like that little shabby.
Or when they be looking like Jesus. The Jesus white men get me.
Oh my
every
god,
time.
me too. I love when they got a
The
man
long
bun.
hair. Or they put a man bun.
I like man bun.
I love a man
He's
bun.
cute, but
they're
realistically,
cute.
he's just not
But
for
would
me.
I date you? Would
Because
I
I also think that we have to stop saying like, okay, he's cute, we can date, because you being attractive is not grounds.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, when the black man gets shot down and I can't breathe, can you not breathe too? Or are you like, yo, baby, you trying to smoke? Nigga, I cannot breathe. Like, I feel like I need you to be able to feel, like I said last episode, like I need you to be able to hold me down emotionally, and I need you to care about my state of mind. Even if you're a white person and you care about black people, you literally could be like, I am an ally. I dedicate my whole life to the black people, you still don't feel it the way I feel it.
Okay. Oh my God. I want a good segue right
Literally
there.
a different episode.
I have like such a good segue. What were you saying?
I was about to say, I tell my mother all the time I will not date outside my race because I feel like no one can relate to black people.
And I don't want
Yeah.
to explain that to you. And I don't want to teach that to you.
Yeah.
I feel like the struggles and whatever we go through is innate. It's natural. So when something happens, immediately I'm shaking. Or my hairs are standing.
Yeah.
And because we're black women, and everyone who knows that black women feel everything for the world. Right, it's naturally in our.
Yeah.
When I was in the hair salon earlier, I don't know if you guys have seen the white lady. She's not white. The Hispanic lady. She's a Hispanic girl because that's what she told us to call her. The Hispanic 22-year-old who was like attacking the 14-year-old because she thought that he stole her phone. When I was in the hair salon earlier, there was this white lady in it, and her exact words were like, "But she's not white, so it's not racist." And I was just like, what?
All,
and she was just like, she's Hispanic. She's a minority too. So like, she wasn't racially profiling him. And I was just like, could you please ask that Spanish lady if she's black? Because she's going to tell you she's not black.
Right.
I also think similarly to like white allies that we have that like say they align with
is this one
a
hitting
lot of the things.
Is this one hitting?
No. This is no. But I think this is really important to say, just as me being like a lighter black girl. I think in the way white people feel like they empathize with black people, light-skinned girls have to only empathize with darker black girls. And by empathize, I mean like we can't sympathize because we are not,
right.
you know,
like
we're
when I
not
asked her, like,
darker.
has anyone ever told you that you
Right?
think you're really pretty for a light skin? She's like, no. But,
Exactly.
like,
So we said,
most of my compliments come out just like that. It's always like, oh my God, you're really pretty for a dark skin girl. Or like, oh my God, now that I got a little bit of hair, it's still not a lot of hair, but like, oh my God, you're so pretty. You have no hair, so you know you're really pretty. And I'm just like,
and that's just something that I learned this year is like a lot of the ways that white people treat just black people, a lot of privilege lighter skinned people actually share, and it's something that I feel like a lot of lighter skinned people don't want to admit to themselves.
I think that you guys
it's like I have so much privilege when it comes to my darker friends.
But
you know?
you only have this is more of a question. Do you think that you have the privilege in this setting, or do you think that you have this privilege in a setting where white people are coming? When white people are around, are you black or are you still a light-skinned girl? Like, do you think you're treated better?
You see, okay, so I can argue that in different ways.
Especially in California.
I've been in situations where I feel like I feel like every day I have the advantage over my mom.
Okay.
Over a woman who is darker like you. I feel like every day, and it is in every setting. I feel like that's a place that I feel like a lot of lighter skinned women and lighter skinned men have to get to, where you are cognizant of like these things that are happening every day, and like you stay aware. And my mom is a darker skinned woman. I love my mom. So when I go outside with my mom, like, and she's anxious, if we go to a restaurant, I know why. You know what I mean? I can walk, and I walk confidently in that restaurant because I have an advantage to my mom, unfortunately, right? And because of my love for my mom, I'm able to empathize only with a darker skinned woman, right? But I don't know what it's like to be my mom.
Do you think if your mom was not dark skinned,
would-
you would be able to empathize in the same way?
No, 100% she would have to feel a different way because she doesn't know that.
Right.
She doesn't
Because
know
I feel like it's a little bit different where, like, granted, Belle and I have been friends forever, but like Belle and I are not together all the time.
Every
Whereas
day.
with your mom, you literally get to see.
Yeah.
Especially because you're naturally, everybody who has a mom, everyone has a mom, but you know that you're naturally overprotective of your mom. And I find like sometimes my mom and I will go places and like I may not stand directly next to her because I always want to see who's going to fuck up today.
Exactly.
Let's try, Tara, please. Please try, because I'm going to fuck you up every time.
But that's something I'm grateful for. I feel like that's a
Tell your
blessing
story.
just to have a darker mom. Yeah.
So I'm from Trinidad. I lived in Trinidad when I was single for about like a year, 2 years, whatever.
And when
Before
you
I
got
came
stuck
up to-
just now.
Yeah, I was stuck in Trinidad for like almost a year. And that's a whole different story. I have a story to come up after that. But I think it was a Chinese lady. We were on, I forgot where we were, whatever. She was Chinese, and if you know, like in Trinidad, we have like a lot of ethnic groups. So there's like the African ethnic group, you have the Syrians, the Asians, and then like the Hispanics, whatever.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Hold on. You said there's Africans in
The
Trinidad?
African, right? As in like, you know, you came from Africa, African descent. Then you have the Indian descent. You have the ones that came from China, you know, the Chinese. And then Syrians, and then
What are Syrians?
Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern, yeah.
Right? So it's like when I go down to Trinidad, you can't tell. They call me Spanish, and it pisses me off because I'm like, I'm black. I'm black.
I've never
Yeah.
been Spanish. I'm not even a little bit Spanish. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even speak Spanish.
But the thing is, I have, like, I think my great-grandfather, he's from Venezuela, but it's like, do not associate me with them because I rather stick to my African roots. You know?
And this is what I know. Like,
No, look, this is what I know, but then if I was to sit here and say, oh yeah, I'm a black girl, and I'm like, you know, I'm a black girl, what you saying? You're like, this bitch is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
So that wasn't my story. My story was this Asian lady told my mom to stop feeding the white baby, black milk.
what happened? What's
Oh,
black
wow.
milk?
Black milk.
Oh, because your mom is black and she was
Exactly.
breastfeeding
So my
you?
mom was breastfeeding me.
I would have threw my baby across the room and whipped her.
Wow.
No, another time we're like in the cousin Trina, you saw.
Are you telling me I can't breastfeed my child because she's light and I'm
They
dark?
don't
Yeah.
know, like you know. Anyway, we're like.
She knew exactly what she was saying.
She
knew exactly what she was saying.
for her.
Yeah.
Bitch, why would I have my titty in this baby's mouth?
Baby's mouth.
I'm very confused.
No.
Story.
Check your phone.
What happened? We were like, I think in a clothing store, so we were like picking out fabric, and I was running around the store. This Indian lady, you know, Indian people are very racist in Trinidad, and she took me, grabbed me, and bring me to somebody else. And my mom is just sitting there.
Where you taking my kid? She's like, oh, they the same color.
No,
This
she's
must
like
be her.
sitting there watching my. Like,
Sometimes
the
you
lady.
have to watch.
No, she sat there and watched the lady take my mother. I mean, take me to
Towards
this other
somewhere.
lady. And that's been the dynamic between my mom for years.
But you know what's
Because-
crazy? She had the right baby. Because I was
really?
the ghetto baby. You don't touch me.
Yeah.
Take me to my mother.
No, but I was like two
Right,
at the time. So.
right.
And
You
it's
know,
funny,
but-
so like I said, my sister is super, super light. And I find that like we'll go places often, and especially if it's like me, my dad, and my sister, they'll always think, I never go places and people ask me if I'm my
Yeah.
father's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
But whenever we go places with my sister, they just automatically assume
That they're-
she wasn't floating in his nutsack 30 years ago. It's just like, no, this is his kid.
Yeah.
And even when I'm out with my mom, like people never think that they are. And I'm just like, if my sister could still be breastfed, like my sister is obsessed with my
Yeah.
parents. Like I feel like she, especially if you know them, she's way more like everyone than like I may look like them, but she's
Yeah.
just like them. And people
But
always
the
do
crazy
that.
part is my mother. This is my mother's face. This
Oh, you look just like
I
her?
am my mother's spitting. I will show you my mom after this spitting image of my mother. So you can't miss. You have to be
People
honest.
lack basic genetic
Exactly.
knowledge.
Oh
Like they just
my
lack
God.
genetic. Like
No,
they
they
don't know what a Punnett square is. Like people don't understand
They don't
anything.
understand faces
Like
at all, and I know that people don't understand faces at all. Cause you ever seen somebody try and convince you that their baby looks like their baby father? He
Yeah.
got his nose. Like, girl, no, he don't. He don't even got your nose.
They look like nothing.
He looks
They
like
look like nothing.
like seriously.
Oh,
he
mommy,
doesn't
look
have
at that. Look, he got his eyes.
yeah.
He got his nose. And I'm looking
They be touching you like this the same nose, mommy.
He look like a fucking blending fucking. He look like one of these. The blending set.
Yo, she weak.
Like
He
he
looks like nothing to me.
don't look like. I don't never think babies look like anything. So
Right.
when they be like, oh, this baby look just like you, like, all right.
But wait, I want to piggyback off of what Belle said because I've had a lot of light skinned friends I really had to cut off because they didn't realize like colorism.
And the privilege that they have.
Yeah, and that's so scary because those light skinned friends like dark skinned men. So it's like, let's say you want to have a brown skinned baby. Are you really gonna sit here and tell your brown skinned baby like, what are you talking about?
No,
like,
literally.
hey,
Or
Yeah.
I don't see
feeling-
color. I don't
Right.
see
You
color.
guys, if you tell me
No,
that
but
you
it is-
don't see color, you're racist.
No, but
I
it's
need you to see
until
color every
light-skinned
time.
women have
Have
a
their
brown-skinned
baby.
baby.
Yes,
Then
and
I
they
have to
realize,
make it my
yes,
business, right? Because
right.
now this baby is affecting me.
Right.
Because it affects me now. When
Right.
things are directly affecting you, then it becomes your problem.
Right.
Which is exactly why a lot of things that happen to black people, like black people getting gunned down by policemen, is not a white man's problem because it doesn't directly affect
It doesn't.
them. You
It
know what I
doesn't.
mean?
It doesn't. I'm sorry, y'all.
So
JT's old tweet.
we're gonna move on to emails from.
Ooh, let's do emails. Okay,
Bruh.
and then after, that's the end of the topic. Moral of the story is don't fucking tell me that you think that I'm pretty for a dark skin girl because I am not going to take it as a compliment.
And number two, if you have a preference, keep it to yourself. No one cares about your preference. We don't want to know. Realistically, if you tell me that your preference is dark-skinned girls, and I'm that dark-skinned girl, I feel like a fetish.
Yeah, like
I
you
don't wanna
only
feel like a
like you don't think I'm cute. You don't know nothing about me.
You're
It's just like she dark.
Scroll. Who's dark-skinned? Oh, she's dark-skinned.
Like you going through your Twitter the way I go through my Twitter. I'm like, oh, he got a beard. I'ma follow him.
So you keep your preference to yourself solely because no one cares. And then we don't want to put someone else down to bring someone else up. If you tell me I hate dark-skinned girls are ugly, but light-skinned girls are beautiful, I don't want to fuck with you.
No.
Keep it to yourself.
Definitely.
Lighter skinned black people realize your privilege.
Exactly.
Can we address the colorism with light skinned men too?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
I used to be like that. Like I really used to be like, I don't date.
That's me.
Men.
Right.
But I stopped saying it. I still think it in my head. I'm saying it.
Keep that in your head.
But that's literally the same
As
like,
men.
That's literally the same thing as like men saying like they feel like light skinned women are more softer than
Right.
dark skinned.
Oh my God.
It's literally the same thing because you're expecting for a dark skinned man to be more masculine. Than a light skinned man.
But I don't think, sorry, Grandma, I don't think that my reason for not liking light-skinned men is that I think that they are more feminine.
Yeah.
I think that it really just is that one, Grandma gonna give them such a hard time when I bring them home. And I just want my siblings are all very light. I love them to death. Everyone knows that both of them, my life revolves around them. But I want a chocolate baby. Like, I want my baby to look just like me. And I get that you're saying that you look just like your mom, just dipped in yellow paint. But I look like my dad, dipped in nothing. I just look like just like him.
You do.
Right? I have a question.
I want a baby that looks just
What's
like
the
me.
difference, right? If like, you see, there is a difference. If like a Hispanic girl was to say to a dark-skinned man, you know, I want a dark baby.
I was gonna say something, but my dad would be so fucking mad, so I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, no, I think everyone knows. Everyone, if you live in New York, you know that Hispanic women, they want to date
really a black
men.
Yeah.
They want to date black men. They want to date black men, and then they want to take you to their house where you gotta is a walk up in the Bronx. It's about 16 flights, and you get up there, and their fucking father is in the corner smoking his cigar, talking mad shit, and the only word you know is negative.
I promise you.
And Spanish people, I want you guys to acknowledge that. Okay, granted, you don't gotta be black, cause look, I ain't never begging nobody to claim their black excellence. You want to be who you want to be, that's fine. But please acknowledge that you are a minority, okay? Stop voting for Trump. I don't care if you live in Florida. When it is time for you guys to be released from America, he's going to treat you guys the same way he treats us. Understand that you may think that you are white, but you are only white in a room of darker Hispanics. As soon as you are in a room with white people, you are Hispanic. And you're not even Hispanic. White people only see things in two ways. You're either white or you're a minority.
You're another color. You're another color. You're not my color. You're something else.
I just think that it's a little bit outrageous. But that's how Spanish boys. I have Hispanic friends and they don't date Spanish boys. First of all, Spanish girl getting in a relationship with a Spanish boy, they don't do that because they gonna be together forever. They gonna start dating at 16 and they gonna have each other's babies. They gonna be together till 40 because Spanish couples do not break up. They do not break up. But I just think that you can be a Hispanic woman and date black men without saying like...
Yeah, like you're making it seem like it's a fetish now.
Yeah, so like Gio said, just don't say it. That's the bottom line of this. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Also, I just think it sucks that we didn't even get to touch on this, but just like black women always feeling like, damn, am I too dark to date him? Am I too dark? Are you not going to like me because I'm too dark?
I remember I want to say maybe freshman year, I am not going to have Andy put the fucking picture or anything, but I have this picture that was my profile picture when we first all got on Facebook, and I lightened the fuck out of my skin in the picture, and I was looking at it yesterday and I was just like, did you think that, first of all,
Why did I do that?
Who is this in this picture? Who's that, me?
It don't even matter who this and why did I do that. The bottom line was, girl, you gotta go to school tomorrow and you don't look like this.
Right.
Who the fuck are you for? I am so light and I'm light. I made my lips smaller. I turned my eyes in. So not only am I'm fucking Asian. And every time I look at the picture, I'm always so sad because I'm just like, because when I'm looking at it, I'm like, she's ugly.
She was just so sad.
She
was just really sad.
She got sad, slanted eyes. Her skin is pale. Like I look like I'm bleaching. Like it really is a bad. And that is why people are always telling me like, oh my God, you got so much dark. And I'm like, no, I just not editing my pictures. This foundation is my color. It matched my neck. Like, and before I was just, it was a very long road coming. But thank God. So my sister, who I said was light skinned, my sister is obsessed with everything dark. She always is like, oh my God, you were my little chocolate baby. So she definitely helped because it was just like, I think she was cute. And she was like, well, I think you're cute. Yeah. So if you have a younger sibling who does not look like you, please tell them that they're cute before they start bleaching their pictures or bleaching their skin. Fuck the pictures. Okay, so the topic is over. We're going to move on to questions and then it's pretty much just going to be girl talk. Okay, so I'm going to pick my favorite email. It says, everyone can answer this. It says, hello guys, I watched your podcast on YouTube yesterday. I really enjoyed it. You and your co-host, Gio, seem witty and intelligent. We are witty and intelligent. So I thought this opportunity was the perfect one to get some unbiased advice. Girl, I'm always biased, but whatever.
I'm definitely unbiased. You see how we on different...
Yeah, that's why we're here. I've been talking to this guy for about 6 months. Seems too long to me. It seems like I've come out of pocket way more than he has.
Keep going. Just keep going.
I know it's a pandemic and I live in the Bronx and everything is closed. So okay. I know it's a pandemic and I live in the Bronx and everything is closed, so I know that it's a little hard to date. I've met his mom, I've met a couple of his friends, but we never spent time with each other outside of his house. I've taken him on a couple of dates. Even introduced the fact that we can go to New Jersey or Long Island. He wears a lot of designer clothes and goes out with his friends all the time, so I know he has money. I even brought up the idea of vacation, and he kind of wanted
down, Renee.
I'm sorry, y'all, I'll talk fast.
She be like a robot, mother boy.
And hold on, pause. Belle, do you remember that club that we were in 5th grade where they had us reading the news articles?
Yeah.
To see how fast we could talk? It fucked me up. I talk so fast.
You're also a Gemini, so you speak really fast. You have a lot in your brain.
I even brought up the idea of vacation. He kind of wanted to go, but I felt like he didn't want to pay for my flight. I really like him and I see potential because we're such good friends at first, but I was a city girl before this. I'm tired of throwing out hints and even suggested being brushed off. What I do? We're going to go this way because I can't hold it.
Wait, so before we go, I want to explain one thing. Renee is a relationship girl. I am a city girl. So you're going to get, and then we have the guests. So I think I want to go first.
No, let me go first.
No, you was running through that, what was it, a paragraph? You was running through that paragraph.
I was running through it because look how long it is. Yeah, and thank you for your question. We really appreciate it.
Right. So I'm going to go first.
Go
You're
ahead.
not going to go first.
Go ahead.
She's not going to go first.
I'm not going to go first. I already said go first.
So,
yeah.
I want you to know,
you want some wine, Belle?
The witty one with the intelligence. I am a city girl. And not in a bad way. I definitely respect relationships and understand things. But I want women to know, which I said in the last episode. If a man wants you, you will know. On number 2, if you have to reiterate stuff or continuously repeat things over, you are not the woman for him. Woman for him.
Excuse me.
Like you are solely just not the woman for him. And I think women take it so personal that the situations or relationships don't work out. And sometimes you are just not the bitch for him.
Yeah.
If you continue to stay and in your mind, you know, because we know when we date somebody or we, have sex with them or everything's casual, we know in the back of our heads, like, he might not like me enough. When you decide to stay after you make that mental note that he does not like you enough, it's your fault at that point because you decided to deal with it. In the back of your head, you already know. And number 2, I need y'all to stop saying these guys are broke. We in a goddamn pandemic, and y'all see the pandemic boys falling around with their Alexander McQueens. They're going to Miami, they're going to Atlanta. They have money. They just don't want to spend it on you. They're just not the girl.
Yeah.
So I know you might take this a little harsh or it might hurt a little bit, but realize you are not the girl. You're begging for dates. Not necessarily like, please take me on a date. But you're wanting dates. You want to go out. And what you're asking for, he's going to find a girl that he really wants. And
give all that shit to her.
Give it to her. You're literally conditioning him for the woman that he wants.
Is it my turn yet?
So, it's not your turn. I'm almost done. So, it's not your turn. 1, stop thinking these niggas is broke, because a nigga will spend his last on a bitch he really likes.
Yeah.
Just like a woman will do.
A nigga going to spend his last.
Yeah.
Look, he could come outside with everything he owned. I'm still trying to spend his goddamn last.
Exactly. So
Beating his pockets down.
Exactly. And he will beat your pockets down and meet the next girl and be like, do you need money for your nails?
No, for real.
A nigga will fucking overdraft his fucking card.
For you. For you. So
please.
if you realize that you are not the bitch and you're watching this, leave. What they said, get that bread, get that head, then leave. He's got a bread. So leave. Literally leave. That's the only advice I have. When you realize in your head that you're not the bitch, if you have to reiterate things or it's just, oh, can you do this, can you do this, can you do this? Nah. You're not the bitch. Move on. That's the only advice I have.
I may have to run.
I'm sure you're a beautiful girl and there's tons of fish in the sea. And if you was a city girl before this,
get back on it.
Okay. You ready? Thank you. Okay, so for one, I really wish that you would have attached a picture because you don't know what this girl looks like and you're giving her advice. Whatever. Not saying that you're not pretty.
Wait, I thought it was going this way.
No, she skipped me and it's going this way. Okay, so my first thing is that because I'm gonna do it like a teacher. I'm gonna go through it and stop you where you fucked up. The first thing is that you've been talking to him for about 6 weeks. 6 months. Okay, so 6 months ago was June, right? So although it was a pandemic, I don't know what you guys were doing in June, but I was everywhere. So I don't know how he couldn't have taken you on a date. I don't understand that. And first off, I'm never gonna beg you for a date. Like, first off, part of us, the way that this sounds like he's not your boyfriend, which means you guys are dating. And I don't know, maybe I didn't do very well in English, but in order for us to be dating, we would have to go on dates. So girl, don't come in here and tell me that you've been dating him for 6 months. You've been fucking him during the pandemic. Yeah. And now you want more and you're upset because he does not want to give you more. As Gio said, you may not be the girl. And no, Gio said you may not be the girl.
You are not the girl.
You are always the girl. He's not the nigga. He's the problem. It's not you. And you don't know. It is you. You know where you fucked up? Because you said that you've been taking him on dates. Yes. So you really are losing me. Like, I don't know. Was he not getting unemployment? I'm talking to the camera like she gonna say like, oh yeah, he was. Over the summer, if you guys were both not working and you were spending your extra $600 on him, he was also getting extra $600. If he wasn't getting extra $600, it means that he's never had a job and he's a bum ass bitch. And you fucked up from the very beginning for even wanting to deal with him. My mommy has a rule. You can never have empty pockets and wet panties. If I gave you some pussy, you best believe my needs are filled every time. And niggas love to, don't let social media shame you and, oh, don't ask niggas for nothing. Don't ask him to give you anything that you can't provide yourself. Do you know what a nigga asks me for that he can't provide himself for all the time? Pussy. I ain't never seen a nigga give himself some pussy. So you can ask. Don't be afraid to ask. And then you're saying that you have been asking and he hasn't been offering. Are you his mom or are you trying to be his girlfriend? Because I'm never going to repeat myself to no grown-ass man. I said it once.
The second time is begging.
And guess what? I never begged.
It needs to be in your presence.
I am the presence. My presence is a present. Exactly. You're welcome. We're here. Like, you want to go to Del Frisco's with me. You're feeding. You woke up to someone like, I can't wait to eat steak across from her. I ain't never, ever in my life had me ask a nigga to take me somewhere. First of all, I'm not going to ask you to take me anywhere. I'm going to say where I want to go. And I'm going to give all of you, all 6 of you, the option to take me. One of you going to take me.
What first one does it?
It's not what are you bringing to the table. It's I
have my own table. I think that people...
I am bringing my own table to the table.
I think people forget that. I think that people think that, like, one person possesses the table and then you come and you maybe have, like, a plate and a meal. That's not how life works. I have my own table and you have your own table. We're going to put the table together and make it a long table. Or I'm going to sit at this table myself and, you could come and pay for this table, but you can stay at your table. I think that you are setting your expectations way, way, way too low. And I have very high expectations and people complain about it all the time. But you know what? I don't often have this problem that you're having. I don't never have this problem. I've never dealt with a nigga for 6 months and felt like, first off, you met his mom, you took him on, like, I don't understand how you said in the email that you understand it's a pandemic and it's not really places to go, but then said that you were taking him on dates. Why he didn't pay if we were already here? Why you didn't tell him to take you to Margarita Island and buy you a picture?
Right. Exactly. Take me somewhere.
Like, we could do something. And you said that he didn't want to pay for your flight. Now look, this is me being nice because you're our first question, right? If you DM me on Instagram after this video drops, I promise to get you taken on vacation. Pinky promise. I guarantee to make it happen.
Say something? I'm typically the girl that asks questions.
She is!
I often
Don't
like
ask.
to take care of myself, and that's something that I've been learning. I've actually been having lots of conversations with my mom about this. Is I'm often the girl that wants to take the guys on dates. Like I'm the one that like actively goes.
Are you doing that?
To like pay.
Are you doing that
everything?
to prove yourself or because you want to?
Okay, to prove myself, but also
to prove what? That you have the money?
Just told me that I don't need a guy. So
right.
It was instilled in me from young that I don't need a man. And so, all right, which is also problematic because like I want to be taken care of. You know what I mean? Like I want someone to take care of me, but because of the things I was in, like the things I was in my brain is like I need.
I knew your dad, so I have a question. Do you think that him teaching you to be independent was him teaching you that no one should have to take care of you? Because as I remember correctly, he took care of you and your mom. So
yes, he did.
So how was he trying to? It doesn't seem to me like he was teaching you that you don't deserve to be taken care of.
That's actually a very, very good challenge.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I internalized.
I think you interpret
it in a way
because my dad is our dads are very similar,
yeah.
and my dad was very specific with like I am doing all of this. And
like
if someone wants to take you,
to pay a bill,
never in his ghetto. If your mommy pays bills and your daddy lives there, your daddy's a bum ass bitch.
Yeah.
For real.
But that's
For real.
I'm gonna watch this video over and like take this advice. But I'm often the girl that's trying to figure out like, damn, like why does he not do anything for me? And then I realize I'm
because you're not asking him to do anything.
I'm doing everything for him.
Right.
So why does he feel like?
And you also have
to
have to remember that like a lot of these boys are coming from places where like mommy still does their laundry and mommy does everything. So like it's going to be very easy for him to fall out of that and fall into this the same way that it's going to be easy from me falling out of Mr. Lewis doing everything for me to me falling out of with Mr. whoever doing everything for me. Like if he's already used to being taken care of. So when you come along and you're just like, oh, let me pay for your food and do your laundry and all of this, he's just like, oh, this is everything. She's perfect for me because this is all the shit that my mom did. But I am not your mom, and your mom set her standards very low because your dad is a bum ass bitch, as I said a couple of seconds ago.
I said earlier, the key to a man's heart is not through his stomach. It's to remind him of his dumbass mother. He wanted you to remind him of his mother, and that's it.
Seriously, like
okay, so I need a piece of advice before I run because
That's
I am gonna have to run. Okay, how do you like
ask? Give me.
Do you really? I gotta run, but like, do you ask for things?
Let me say one
I don't
last
know.
thing.
I don't know.
You don't have to ask.
Let me say one last
If he's really
thing.
fucking with you,
Let
you
me
don't have
say
to
one thing. That if a guy is fucking with you and he knows every week you get your nails done and he never says, let me give you some nail money, that's one. And two, on top of that, we are so conditioned to being independent.
Because this generation has it fucked up.
Ass bitch.
Because fucking Beyonce and all of the people that was making early 90s music, everybody wanted to. One day I was in the car and I was singing, what's Beyonce's song, the Independent song? I was singing it. My little cousin said, stop singing that. I said, you're absolutely right. Beyonce on bullshit. I'm not washing your dishes.
Right.
No, I didn't pay my own car note. Yes,
We're
you could call his phone because you paid the bill.
We're super conditioned to thinking that independent is it, but that's just trauma. That comes from I have to be independent. It's not I want to be independent. It's I have to be independent.
And a lot of people have seen their moms do that. And don't think that your mom did it because she wanted to. Your father put her in a fucked up position and she had to.
And number two is that shit, what is number two?
I feel like that's the problem.
What is number two?
Number two is that
They don't got no daddies, and the daddies they got aren't doing shit.
right. Number two is that I learned that you could be independent and every time you foot the bill, you foot the bill, you foot the bill. Think about it. If every time you go see a nigga and you pay the cab, he's never gonna say,
Exactly.
let me pay your rent.
That's rude.
So don't.
Right, like Belle, how are you expecting him to offer if you always have it?
That's me.
And I think,
No, Belle, I'm you.
Bitch, I paid $30 cab.
Belle,
I never asked for $1, but that's not me. I gotta run, but can I say?
I don't never ask for $1 either. I need
I never
$500.
asked for nothing.
I need
feel like,
$500.
damn, like, is you gonna give it to
Yo,
me?
so if you,
Like,
my last piece of advice, if
I
you
gotta run,
ask-
y'all.
If you ask for a nigga, if you're starving and you don't say anything, you will continue to starve.
I be starving.
Closed mouths don't get fed. advice.
And
I
then
need
you gotta
one
say
solid
one
piece
thing.
and then I gotta go.
You're my one.
Come bring your mic closer. Man is real fucking shit, and man is real embarrassing. Okay, man is very fucking embarrassing. That's for one. You have to put up with no man in their shit.
No, seriously.
I
Especially.
give you a day. One day you do something to me, you piss me off. You will never hear from me again. You will never hear from me
And
again.
niggas always be like, "Oh, you so quick to leave." Hell yes, bitch.
Yes, bro. Can I say something? Yo.
I wasn't even fully in the door, motherfucker. You done fucked up. I had the door cracked. I was in the. And as soon as you fucked up, I just stepped back and I shut the door. I wasn't even fully here. My one full piece of advice.
Favorite song right
Oh
now.
yeah, you have to give your.
Favorite song.
It's so. I
One
don't.
song right now that's on rotation.
Something that you want the listeners to listen to. Brent Fire's Rehab.
Mine.
I have mine.
Go ahead.
Yo, y'all need to listen to Get Me by Eli Frost, Sleepy, and Icy Slug. On to their own, getting it.
It's All Nights by Black. That's my.
All Nights by Black.
All Nights by Black.
Mine is Go Crazy by Crackhead Brown.
And I got y'all with Robin Shop. Drop it 2010.
I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
And favorite item right now, like clothing wise, I got.
Oh yeah,
this
you guys have to
shirt.
give a fashion item that you think that
I got
the
this
listeners
shirt
should buy.
from Unfinished
You said what?
Business. On Instagram.
A fashion item, something that you think they should
It's
buy.
really important because at the beginning of the Black Lives Matter riots, when they were like looting from Target and setting shit on fire, somebody in Minneapolis decided to set a police station on fire. Blue Lives Matter only means that Black lives don't. And if your all lives matter, fuck you and fuck me.
No.
So yes,
For
shop
real.
Unfinished Business for the tea.
What is
Listen to Robin Shop.
what is my? You know what? We're gonna get a little bit practical, baby. I know last week I was just like, oh, let me give you something cute. Buy some Heat Tech Lawn Johns from Uniqlo. It's winter, y'all. It's cold. I'm anemic. I can't take the iron pills because they fuck me up.
They make you constipated.
And they make your shit black. I didn't want to say it, but fuck it. They make your shit black. They make you constipated. So look, the Heat Tech, I don't know what technology that Uniqlo brought, but they are these very thin, what's the name? But when they go on your body, they warm. When they warm so well that the other day I had it on under a sweatsuit and I didn't wear a fucking jacket. I had on gloves, a hat, a scarf, a sweatsuit, my Heat Tech under it, and I was good. And it was like, I asked Siri, I said, how cold is it? She told me it was 32 degrees, but that it felt like 23, and I was warm. So buy some Heat Tech from Uniqlo. And they're like $25, so they're really, really, really good prices. But
My favorite item right now?
yeah, like what you think they should buy?
Let me think. You know what's so funny? I really like wigs. Like anybody who knows me knows
Okay,
I
so
like
give them a wig vendor.
Yeah.
Drop a dime.
this wig.
The wig? Yes.
It's from the SS collection on Instagram. This is literally my favorite wig. I've been buying wigs for years, but this wig it was like around $300 something, but it hasn't like.
You saw how my face
changed?
changed? I got next
I
year, so
promise
that's
you, my
a lot
frontal
on it.
hasn't balded. You know about wigs.
Yes.
My frontal
And
isn't
if you know
balding
about
at
low wigs,
all.
you know about bad wigs. Bad wigs hurt.
Yeah.
You know what this wig looks like to me? So I have like one favorite wig in the world. Do you know who Amaya is, but the tranny Amaya?
Yes.
Do you know the wig that I'm talking about? She has it just like this in the front, and it's fucking flawless. Yeah. I only know it's a wig because she tagged the wig. I was like, damn, that man hair grow long. That man hair. I don't mean to be disrespectful. We support the LGBTQ. RS. I don't know what numbers it ends with. What's your item?
Aside from Crocs, literally.
Did we do Crocs last episode?
You did. I'm like,
oh look, I wore my Crocs.
And work clothes, because that's all I have.
Yeah.
I have the Givenchy jaw trainers. Those are super fucking cute, and I think you guys should get them. I got them in white and blue. So go get that one.
Super cute. And before we leave, to the boy on my Instagram who asked why I'm always so well dressed on Instagram, and then I came up here in pajamas last week. This week it's a sweatsuit. And my sissy, who is light skinned with a big afro, like I said, she did these socks for me, guys. Aren't they cute? She tie-dyed them.
Those are cute as shit.
My sister is obsessed with tie-dye right now. Thank you guys for listening. This was episode 2 of Don't Quote Me with René Christina. You're so pretty for a black girl. Thank you to our... Belle left. Belle's Instagram is... Give them your Instagrams while I find Belle's.
I'm Sumayya again. My Instagram is Rudy Hux with 2 X's
Give them
and
your
an
YouTube.
underscore. My YouTube is The Carmichael Show, and my Facebook is Rudy Huxtable.
My Instagram is Trini Juice, 2 E's and an underscore. And I didn't post my YouTube yet, but subscribe. It's Alessandra JALESS ANDRA and a J.
Tune in.
Belle's Instagram is Belle LeGrand, and then we gave you our Instagrams last week. I'm the real Renee with 2 underscores at the beginning, and she is
Giovanni and I on every social
on
media.
all
Twitter,
platforms. That's what she said.
I love her. I love this girl.
Instagram Clubhouse finds me.
Thank you guys for listening. Don't be fucking racist. Don't inbox me and tell me that you think that I'm cute for a dark skin girl. Just inbox me like, baby, I'm trying to buy you a bag.
Exactly.
We'll see you guys next week.
Patty.